In the middle of an NFL game, while 300-pound men were crashing into each other at full speed, a Baltimore Ravens offensive lineman was quietly doing something that would stun the football world. He was solving partial differential equations in his head. The same hands that were manhandling Pro Bowl defensive tackles were also writing mathematical formulas that left MIT professors speechless.
Yeah, what do you want from me?
I told you your algebra was going to come in handy.
But when a brutal hit in 2016 left him seeing stars, John Urschel had to make a choice that seemed impossible: continue his rising NFL career or pursue a hidden talent that could change the world of mathematics forever. Here's the thing about John Urschel. While most NFL players were studying playbooks, he was publishing research papers that even genius mathematicians couldn't understand. Those who knew him called him the NFL's Good Will Hunting, but that wasn't even close to the truth. This isn't just about a football player who was good at math. This is about how a man walked away from millions of dollars at the peak of his NFL career to solve mathematical mysteries that had stumped experts for decades. And by the time this video ends, you'll realize why his decision shocked everyone except those who knew what he was really capable of. John Urschel was born on June 22, 1991 in Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada. It is in this small town in the middle of North America that little John would begin his amazing story. John didn't spend too much time in Winnipeg as his family had to move to the United States when he was 3 years old, and eventually much of his growing up would happen in Williamsville, New York. Urschel's parents, John and Vanita, were both educators, and they encouraged his love of learning from an early age. This passion for the sciences and academics would be something that would form a huge part of John's personality throughout his life.
My mom says I was always good at math. I just always did really well. I didn't really fall in love with it until college, when I really got the chance to just take whatever courses I liked, and my math education very much just felt like it was my own.
He attended Canisius High School in Buffalo, New York, where he excelled in football and academics. One good thing about John's upbringing was the fact that he always was an extremely well-rounded kid, not being too distracted by his love for sports, and at the same time, not winding up as a geek who only has time for calculus and other nerdy habits. John attended Penn State University. As expected, he played football and studied mathematics full-time. John didn't just play football, he was good at it. From the very beginning, it was obvious that he was special, not just because of his striking athletic features, but also because of his amazing mind. It didn't take cracking one of the world's secrets to realize that the kid was going places. He was a standout player on the Penn State Nittany Lions football team, and during his time playing for the Nittany Lions between the 2010 to 2013, Urschel started 24 games at guard and was a key member of the team's offense. He was a two-time All-Big Ten selection and was named a second-team All-American in 2013.
John Urschel may look more like an NFL lineman than a PhD student in mathematics, but looks can be deceiving.
Which did you fall in love with first, math or football?
Football, certainly. I majored in aerospace engineering at Penn State because my mother told me I was going to major in aerospace engineering.
And moms are always right.
Moms are always right.
John's stellar college sporting career had nothing on his academic interests, as he also excelled when it came to winning laurels in the classroom. He made sure his grades were up throughout his college years, eventually earning himself a degree in mathematics and being named a first-team academic All-American. During his time at Penn State, Urschel was involved in teaching mathematics to struggling students. He focused specifically on vector calculus, trigonometry, and analytic geometry, as well as introduction to econometrics, while working on his master's degree. John knew he couldn't keep up with this for much longer because he realized that he had something he needed to get done in the NFL. As much as he loved mathematics, he knew he needed to put aside to push for his sporting dream as an athlete, and as expected, his amazing career in professional football took off. John Urschel would get an early selection by the Baltimore Ravens in the 5th round as the 175th overall of the 2014 NFL Draft. The Ravens drafted Urschel with the intention of playing him at guard or center. Immediately he got in, Urschel made a name for himself in his rookie season. His NFL debut on the 21st of September 2014 against the Cleveland Browns showcased how much talent this 6 feet 3 inch tall Roman gladiator was packing. He played in 11 games during his rookie season, starting 3 at left guard and completely impressing the members of the Baltimore Raven coaching staffs, who knew more than anyone to keep an eye on the budding superstar. Urschel's versatility and intelligence was also noted as a key element that distinguished him on the field, and this is something he would maximize in coming years of his career. In 2015, Urschel played in 16 games, starting 7 at left guard, and his performance was beyond amazing. As the Ravens' left guard, Urschel helped pave the way for the team's outstanding victories that year. Urschel's blocking and run-blocking skills were instrumental in creating holes for Forsett to make a perfect run-through. Urschel's versatility and intelligence were key factors in the Ravens' running game. He was able to identify and adjust to defensive schemes, making crucial blocks to spring Forsett free. Urschel's athleticism and footwork also allowed him to pull and block on the move, creating opportunities for Forsett to gain extra yards. 2015 was a tough year for the Ravens, but they did have some very good days, and Urschel was a vital component of that success. The Ravens' offense averaged 4.5 yards per carry in 2015, with Forsett accounting for 1,266 yards on the ground. Urschel's performance in 2015 earned him recognition as one of the top guards in the NFL. Despite all these, the Ravens had their own overall struggles in 2015. But Urschel's play was a bright spot. His individual performance was a shiny foreshadowing of his greater achievements underway. Just when it looked like everything was going awesome for Urschel, his third season came in with a saddening setback. John's third season in the NFL was in 2016, while still playing for the Baltimore Ravens. John played in 12 games that season, starting 2 at center, but those games would have to come to an end because his season was cut short due to a shoulder injury. He suffered a concussion and a shoulder injury in a Week 14 game against the New England Patriots. The injuries forced John Urschel to miss the remainder of the 2016 season. He was placed on the injured reserve list by the Ravens, ending his season prematurely. Urschel's shoulder injury, combined with concerns about his long-term health and well-being, particularly with regards to concussions and brain health, contributed to his decision to retire from the NFL in 2017 at the age of 26.
You suffered a concussion.
That happened. That's true.
How did it happen?
I went head-to-head with a player, and I was knocked unconscious. I think it hurt my ability to think well, mathematically.
During his 3-year NFL career, Urschel played in 40 games, starting 13. After retiring from the NFL in 2017, John decided to take a decision he had struggled with for a very long time. Even while he was playing in the NFL, John had been actively pursuing his career in mathematics. He had always been passionate about mathematics and had even earned a master's degree in mathematics from Penn State, even as a star player. One of the biggest hurdles he encountered was the fact that he had to now adjust to a new and unfamiliar environment of the university. The fact that Urschel may have loved mathematics as a high school and college student didn't change the reality that he had spent his entire adult life playing football, and the sudden change to a sedentary lifestyle would pose some difficulty for the former superstar player to adapt to. John had to also deal with the fact that a lot of trolls and even many well-meaning people would assume that he was only accepted into MIT's PhD program because of his NFL credentials rather than his academic abilities. Most people viewed this as an attempt for the media and the university to cash out on the media frenzy and bubble around the fact that a former high-class NFL player was turning around his career and deciding to take a discipline in mathematics. This perception was a huge frustration for John Urschel, who had always been passionate about mathematics and had worked hard to develop his skills. Despite the media backlash and the tantrums from online trolls, John knew that if he was going to be happy, he had to look past what people thought about his decision and forge ahead regardless of what they thought. Urschel's mathematics career began in earnest when he enrolled in the PhD program in mathematics at the MIT, or Massachusetts Institute of Technology. He was drawn to MIT's renowned mathematics department and the opportunity to work with some of the world's top mathematicians. During this period, John realized that his research would need him to learn to completely transition from a team-based environment to an individual-based one. In football, he was part of a tight-knit team that relied on each other for support and motivation. In academics, he soon figured out that he was largely on his own, and he had to develop new strategies for staying motivated and focused. Urschel has, since that time, on several occasions spoken publicly about the difficulties he faced during this transition period. He has talked about feeling lost and uncertain, and about struggling to find motivation and direction. But just as he broke through back in his NFL and college days, he found a way. At MIT, Urschel focused on the field of numerical analysis, specifically working on the development of efficient algorithms for solving partial differential equations. Urschel faced challenges in terms of his academic preparation. Although he had earned a master's degree in mathematics from Penn State, he had not taken the typical path to a PhD program. He had to work hard to catch up on the coursework and research experience that his peers had already completed.
By the numbers, 6'3", 300 pounds, first team All Big Ten. Penn State offensive lineman John Urschel is exceptional.
Suppose we have one mass of capital M.
There is no doubt that he had the natural inclination to excel in the field of mathematics, but after just coming out of a 3-year-long professional NFL career and surviving a shoulder injury that truncated your career, John, like most people in such situations, had to deal with a different set of struggles. In addition to these challenges, Urschel also had to navigate the emotional and psychological aspects of transitioning out of football. He had to come to terms with the end of his athletic career and find new ways to define himself and his sense of purpose. All the sacrifices and hard work paid off as he did get lucky with his research, as he got to be supervised by the renowned mathematician and MIT professor, Stephen Johnson. Despite these challenges, Urschel was determined to succeed in academics. He threw himself into his coursework and research, and he worked hard to develop his skills and knowledge, and eventually his perseverance and utter disregard for failure showed the world that an NFL superstar could at the same time break records as a math genius. John's mathematical research took a focus on numerical analysis, particularly on the development of efficient algorithms for solving partial differential equations. Sounds like a lot, right? Well, it is. One of his notable papers is titled, "A Fast and Scalable Method for Computing the Fiedler Vector of a Graph," co-authored with his MIT colleagues. This paper presents a novel algorithm for computing the Fiedler vector of a graph, which is a fundamental problem in graph theory and has numerous applications in machine learning, network analysis, and optimization. At this point, we need to pause and ask ourselves whether we are still talking about the works of a former NFL player or some classical physicist from the 18th century. Urschel's groundbreaking mathematical works have been published in top-tier journals. His research has also been recognized with several awards, including the National Science Foundation's Graduate Research Fellowship and the MIT Mathematics Department's prestigious Best Thesis Award. In addition to his research, John's passion for the classroom itself has seen him pursue opportunities in teaching and mentoring students in mathematics. He has taught several mathematics courses at MIT, including calculus and linear algebra, and was known for his ability to explain complex mathematical concepts in a clear and concise manner. Just after completing his PhD in 2021, John got an appointment as an assistant professor in the mathematics department at MIT. He continued to conduct research in numerical analysis and teaching mathematics courses at the undergraduate and graduate levels. Urschel's mathematics career has been marked by his dedication to research, teaching, and mentorship.
I'm a teacher at heart. I want to become a professor, and my life goal is to try to teach young people and inspire young people with respect to mathematics.
He is widely regarded as one of the most promising young mathematicians in his field and is expected to make significant contributions to the field of mathematics in the years to come, almost like he never had a stellar career in anything else he ever did.
Are we supposed to be smiling right now?
Our whole is much more than the sum of our physical parts, and I have no doubt that this generation of football players will make contributions to this world that far exceeds the limit of the football field. Thank you.
John Urschel is known for living a low-key and humble lifestyle, despite his accomplishments as a former NFL player and current mathematician.
While his teammates drive huge, expensive trucks, Urschel squeezes into this tiny Nissan. It's more efficient, he says.
Urschel has spoken about the importance of staying grounded and not getting caught up in the hype and glamour of professional sports or academia. He's one of the few celebrities who managed to learn how to appreciate the ordinary things of life and enjoy every passion moment without the need for pomp and pageantry. John Urschel is known to take public transportation and walk or bike whenever possible, preferring a simple and unassuming lifestyle, and for the most of part of it, old fans and all those who recognize the former superstar all seem to respect his choice of life, and he doesn't seem to be bothered too much by those around him. John Urschel's career is a testament to his remarkable versatility, intelligence, and determination. As a former NFL player, he defied expectations by pursuing a career in mathematics, earning a PhD from MIT, and becoming a professor. Urschel's transition from football to academia was marked by challenges, but he persevered, driven by his passion for learning and problem-solving. Throughout his journey, he has remained humble and committed to his values, prioritizing family, mental health, and personal growth. And at the end of the day, it takes a lot of guts, courage, and complete disregard for what is considered normal to rise from the tragic end of a stellar NFL career only to become a groundbreaking expert in a completely different field. That's all for today. If you enjoyed this, hit the like and subscribe button to stay updated on more videos like this.